What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Nothing Headphones 1. They had a really good head-to-head in the previous episode. Let's see how they do on this one. Their opponent in this will be the Sony WH-1000XM6 headphones. Man, I'm looking forward to this one. This is going to be really, really good. All right. So if you want to see price specs and app breakdowns for each of these headphones, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links where you can pick up one or both of these headphones if you are interested. So I don't know about you guys. I'm ready to go. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right. We are back in. We're in the Nothing app. So I want to quickly show you guys my settings for the headphones 1. As you can see, we have noise canceling already turned on. We did turn off spatial audio because I want to use the bass enhancement. I have it set to level 4. If I can get that. And here are my EQ settings for the Nothing headphones. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'll get our music together here. Let's go ahead and do that. I swear I'll be good to go one of these days when it comes to this stuff. All right, we got our song together. Now, I have the headphones set to the volume level that I think that will give me the best sound. They're not at my 65% level, but I did find a sweet spot for them, so we're going to go ahead and go with that. So let's go ahead and put these on. Let's get the camera switch. All right, here we go. Song number 1 with the Nothing headphones 1. Let's do it. Okay, not right off the bat. Nice clarity with the vocalist. Again, getting that nuance with the inhale with the beginning of the song, the verse, exhale at the end, background vocalist filling in the space there. Nice sound stage, and they fill that in nicely. And you get the nuances, the enunciation of words, rather. Let me go. I got my cutaway on. There we go. Again, very clear. Again, I did have to turn these up a little bit to get where the volume where I like it. Again, and we getting the echo in there, so there's some good detail. Okay, now we have them harmonizing now. Sounds really good. I like that. I love when they're harmonizing. It just sounds so good. All right, I went over a little bit there, but that's okay. And I love when they're all harmonizing, all three of them. It sounds really good. All right, I'd already mentioned that, I'm sure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get this switched over. We're going to get the XM6s paired up, and we'll see how they handle song number 1. Stay strapped in. All right, we're back in, and we've got these XM6s all paired up. We're in the app. I do have LDAC turned on here for these ones, as well as on my Nothing headphones. I want to quickly show you guys. I forgot to mention that at the beginning here. You see LDAC for the XM6 headphones, and you see LDAC for the Nothing. These are for the Nothing headphones, and you can see LDAC is also turned on there. So I wanted to make sure to keep that 100 with you guys. All right. So real quick, just want to show you right now, we're going to turn noise canceling on for the headphones. All right, we've got our listening mode set to the standard, and we are using my equalizer settings right here. Okay, just to show you guys, that's where we have it. All right, so we're going to go back in. Let's get back into our music. We're going to go ahead and put these guys on. All right, we got them on. We are locked in. Let's get the camera switched around. All right, let's get our pop-up. Whoops, sorry about that. didn't activate my pop-up there. There we go. All right. So let's check our listening level here. All right. We are at the orange line rather. So let's go ahead and get it started. Song number 1 with the let me make sure. All right, we're good. Just want to make sure we're there. All right, here we go. Song number 1, XM6s. Let's go. Right off the bat, volume is spot on. Don't have to turn them up at all. Nice detail. I love it. A narrower sound stage than the Nothings, but man, the background vocalist sounds so clear and balanced. Again, the enunciation of words, the B's, P's, and T's sounds really good. And the breathing, her breathing rhythm. And you're getting a lot of detail. And I love it. And the echoing with the background vocalists, they fill in the space nicely. All right, we got them harmonizing. Very clean. All right. I went over a little bit. I got all wrapped up into it. But man, they sound really, really good. Again, a narrower soundstage than on the Nothing headphones, but the volume spot on. And again, nice clarity with the vocalists and good spacing, and just sound really good. All right, man, I actually like that. That was nice. Let's go ahead and get over to song number 2. All right, we are back in. We got song number 2 on You and That by E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl, my bass song. We've got the Nothing headphones on. Let's go ahead and switch this over. Let's get our cutaway going. All right, we up. Here we go. Song number 2. Let's do it. All right, I like the bass. I like the punch. Like the fade away too. Nice and smooth. Now we got T-Pain coming in. He got the tinny auto-tune sound, but not piercing, which is good. All right, let's go ahead and turn this up a little bit. Oh, right here. Yes. Oh, that sounds so clean. I mean, I don't go up to 100, but right now, I'm getting good bass. No distortion. Now, I did notice that early on, but I think it's cleared itself up. Let's go back down. All right, the vocals are nice and clear. Yeah, T-Pain. Now you got E40. All right, I love the bass on this. I like the spacing. Again, I turned it up high, went to a higher decibel, and again, like I said earlier on, I think it was in my unboxing, maybe even the first episode of this Gauntlet series. I noticed a little bit of distortion in the headphones at the higher volume level. As of right now, that seems to have resolved itself, because even at the higher decibel level, the I guess the distortion was no longer there, which is great, because I would have I would really not like to have to send these guys back, but I would if I had to. Anyway, they did sound really good. I like the bass. Again, I just wish the volume. Wish they had a little brighter sound, of which the volume was naturally louder. Because once I got up there to that, I think I was, about 90, 85, 90%. It was perfect. It was a perfect sound. Not, right where I thought it should be at 65%. It was right where I like it to be. And it would have been just perfect. So, all right, I'm going to stop harping on it. But it was a great sound. Love the bass. Let's go ahead and swap these over here in real time. We're going to switch them out. We're going to put on the XM6 headphones. All right, let's get these guys locked in. Let's back the song up. All right, making sure do a test. Make sure we are going to the right headphones as I smack my mic again. All right, hands getting a little bit too close. All right, here we go. Song number 2, bass song, XM6. Let's get it. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's clean. That bass is clean. And that fadeaway, silk. Ooh, that's silk. Now we got T-Pain coming in. Vocals sound nice and clear. A little more more of a tinny sound than on the headphone ones, but still clear. Not piercing. Let's go ahead and turn this up. Ooh. Oh, that bass is so silk. That's silk. That is silk. All right, let's back it down. All right. No distortion at all whatsoever. And the vocals nice and clear. Again, I said that more tinny than on the H1 on the headphones here, but not piercing. Now E40 comes in, nice and clear. All right. Whew, man, but that bass is absolute silk. Absolute silk, man. Oh, this sounds so good. All right. Man, all right, let's go ahead. I'm bugging off that. Let's go ahead and get into song number 3. All right, we're back in for our final song, Avrat's feature, Infected Mushroom, by Infected Mushroom. Sorry about that. So I know I just love this song. All right, for testing. Let's go ahead. I always say that. Let's go ahead and flip. We got that in. Whoops. Let's switch the camera. I am so messing up tonight. I don't know what's going on. I think I need to go to bed. All right, let's go ahead and hit that. All right, now we got the correct pop-up in. All right, we got the final song of this one. Headphones 1. Let's go. Right off the bat, that synthesizer, nice and crisp. Picked up that nice little nugget there, bass nugget in the corner at the lower right. Pick that up. Again, the echoing just feels like it goes on forever. All right, we're picking up another note here, another key. Now we got the rattling instrument in the right ear, moving around, showing off the sound stage. I like that. Woo! Oh, that bass. I love that bass drop. When that comes in, oh, it sounds so good. Now we got the clanging instrument as well in the left earbud or left ear. And that's moving around. Same thing as with the rattling instrument in the right. But that bass comes in, man. That is nice. Oh, nice. Got that raspy but smooth sound to it. Oh, yeah. And now we got the wave sound coming in. Again, nice spacing, nice separation with the sounds. So you can literally focus on any given one sound and just, I like that. All right, let's go ahead and pause that. I actually like that separation. It sounds really good. All right, let's go ahead and get these switched over to the XM6. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, quick test. Make sure we are getting the sound here. All right, we are locked in. All right, so here we go. XM6 headphones, final song. Let's do it. Woo. Again, just boom, it explodes. Nice and bright. Got that nice little rumble there. Again, and the keyboard synthesizer, very crisp. And the echoing just, man, it just goes. Oh, so clean. All right, now we got the rattling instrument in the right ear. A little tighter sound stage, but it's still moving around. Very clean. Oh man, this bass, absolute silk. Now we got it. Oh, that drop is nice. We got the clanging instrument in the left ear. Sorry, I thought I had a cough. In the left ear, it's doing the same thing as on the right. Again, the soundstage is a little narrower, but they're still moving around, not staying stationary. Now, that bass though. Now we got the wave instruments coming in. The wave sound. I'm sorry. Oh, it sounds nice and clear. Oh yeah. All right. That bass just really it really rounds out the song, man. It makes it sounds so good. All right. What a battle. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and get this all cleaned up. We're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it briefly. I'm trying not to keep you guys too long. And we're gonna pick our winner of this episode. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and man, this is another great head-to-head in this Gauntlet Series for the Nothing Headphones 1 and their opponent in this one, the Sony WH-1000XM6 headphones. Excuse me. Let's talk about it. First song, the all acapella, the Nothing headphones gave me great clarity. I like those soundstage on them, and I like the balance between the background vocalist and the lead vocalist. They did a really good job giving me the nuance from her singing when I mentioned that, to her breathing, breathing rhythm, her enunciation of words, all of it sound really clear on them. My only gripe on them is the fact that they are not, the volume is naturally not as low. That's it. I did get them up to a volume level where I'm happy with the volume of them, but I really wish these guys were was tuned to be a little louder naturally. Hopefully, a firmware update will come through and give us some help with some tuning issues on these to increase the natural volume of these. Hopefully, if not, then we'll just have to wait for the next iteration. All right, same song, XM6s. Right off the bat, you could tell that the volume much louder than the Nothing headphones. Got the great clarity when it came to the vocalists, both background and lead vocalists. I got great detail in the nuance of her singing, and the background vocalists had great balance, and they filled in the space when they came in, and when they harmonized, it sounded wonderful. All right, moving on over to the second song, or my bass song, You and That, D40, featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. Let's start with the headphones one. Excellent bass. Bass was nice and clean. It punched, fade away. The low end faded away like silk. It was just real smooth. Ripples in a pond. Like I always say, you want your bass to fade away. Like it did the same. It did the exact same thing there. Excuse me a second. I had to get a drink, wet my whistle so I can finish this. All right. And then, of course, the vocalist came through nice and clear. T-Pain with that auto-tune, tinny sound, but real smoothed out, so it wasn't piercing the ear. Sound really good, and it made a real pleasure to listen to. E40, crystal clear, could hear all his lyrics, every syllable. It was on point there. Now, switching over to the XM6, again with that volume, just sound nice and loud. Bass was insane on these. It was just insane. Filled up you just felt like you filled up the room. Punch, the fade away was like silk. The one thing if I had to nitpick, the one thing I would say is that T-Pain with the auto tune, the tinny sound was a little higher pitched on the XM6s than on the headphones one, but still vocals were very clear for T-Pain as well as E40, and they got good spacing despite even having a narrower sound stage than the Nothing headphones. But man, that bass one, it was phenomenal. All right, moving on quickly to our third and final song with the excuse me, with the headphones one. Again, did a great job with the clarity. I really shined with that keyboard, the synthesizer. I want to call it keyboard synthesizer, and that high, the mids and highs really shine. You got that little bass nugget in there. And then, of course, when you got the rattling instruments in the left and right ear moving around, showing off the width of the soundstage, it sounds fantastic. And then that bass drop comes in. It was so good, nice and deep sounding, and it fit it just was just great for the headphones. One, and then of course you got your wave sound and everything. So everything was nicely spaced out, so you can focus on one particular sound if you wanted to, and rock out that way. It was a really, really good display there. And then moving on over to the XM6s, again with that nice, brighter, louder volume, them high keys on the synthesizer, very, very crisp, really booming. You got that nice little bass nugget in there. Again, with the rattling and the clanging instruments in each ear, you definitely could tell how the soundstage was a little narrower than on the H1s, headphones one. I'm sorry, but then you just, but when it would sound really good, really very clear, very crisp with those clanging and rattling instruments, and then when that bass came in, like you was at the club. I'm telling you, it was just so. Oh, it sounds so good. It was silk, absolute silk, real smooth. No, it would just sound really, really good. And again, let me I don't know if I covered it real quick on the second song, but when I turned up each of these guys, in my bass song, when I'm referring to, the bass maintained its integrity, no distortion at all with these guys, and it just sounded really good. I just wanted to make sure I put that out there as well. I might have mentioned it earlier on, but I wanted to make sure I covered that here at the end. So if I had to pick one of these headphones to walk out the door with, it would have to be the XM6s. I like the bass was a little bit more punchier than on the headphones one. The volume, of course, I really outshined it, in my opinion. So my winner for this one would be the XM6s, mainly because of those two options there. Again, those two reasons. Again, but I really, despite the the volume on these is naturally low. I still like these headphones. I still like these. I would still rock these. I mean, they're going to be in my rotation anyway. But man, I really like these. It's just I wish they would do something with the overall volume of these guys. I wish these guys were just a little louder naturally. I shouldn't have to turn them up to get where I want them to be. But man, they are doing a fantastic job in this Gauntlet series. But my winner in this one would be the XM6 headphones. And that will wrap up episode 4 of this Gauntlet series. We got one more left, the finale, the final boss in this lineup. If you want to join me, go ahead and hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Also, go ahead and give me a like. All it does, it helps me and my channel out with the algorithm to allow me to be able to reach other enthusiasts, other fans of headphones and earbuds and technology, and welcome them into the community. All right. Again, I also got some unboxing videos coming up, so you definitely want to make sure you are here for that. And I think that's it. I appreciate you guys for coming out. Stay tuned for the finale, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.